Very good day to all lecturers. My name is Ridhwan and today I'm going to present my gameplay for this procedurally generated bullet hell game. So I'll firstly go through the gameplay, go through the controls. I'll go through the major pattern, the transitions, some safe spot, and how I basically did the whole thing. So here's the first pattern. I call it the spiral pattern. So basically it's just a stream of spirals coming out from the boss. So basically going through the controls, it's the up, down, left, right arrows, Z to shoot, shift to have a more focused movement compared to the normal movement speed, shift to focus, R to restart the scene, and P to test, which means you won't be affected by any bullet shots. So let me just go through the patterns. So here's the first pattern called the spiral pattern, as I've said. So basically the boss will be going through around the whole screen, going through different positions to actually shoot the different patterns. Now let's go over through the and as you can see, there's a guide down below here which actually follows the spaceship so that you can align and actually shoot at the spaceship without looking up and focusing on dodging bullets. And this guide is actually implemented in the games that I've tried out, and I've tried to implement it in the game. So you can see some transitions, some camera shakes, and this brings us to our second pattern. It's called the Big Bang. And why I think it's called the Big Bang is because it actually gives like a burst of many different bullets with randomized bullet movements. So as you can see here, it is actually based on a hypothetical equation, and it actually spawns bullets in a circular motion. So let me just, and similarly to the first phase, also known as phase 0, the first pattern, the spaceship will the boss spaceship will move through different 6 positions actually throughout the whole screen to actually spawn the bullets. So here's the third pattern. I've called it the Polaros, move towards, and drones. So firstly, Polaros is the movement of the bullets. As you can see, that is the 3 interlocking rings that is rotating around the boss spaceship, and once it's done rotating for a few seconds, it will start to change its path and actually move towards the player. And apart from that, this pattern also has the spawning of drones, which actually rotate towards your position and will actually constantly shoot bullets at you. So, and to the top left of the screen, you can actually see the phase number. I've actually named the phases 0, 1, and 2. We've got the boss health and the number of lives that you are able to get hit before losing the game. So I'm gonna turn off the invulnerability, and right now I'm gonna try to beat the boss. So essentially what I need to do right now is basically try to dodge all the bullets that are shooting at me, and at the same time try to look out for the boss bullets that will be charging towards me once they are done rotating. And as you can see, I can actually follow this guide down there to actually align myself to the boss so that I can shoot him better. And as you can see, the boss health is also decrementing, and once it reaches 0, it will move on to the next phase. And this pattern forces me to actually move around, so that I need to focus at the boss at the same time as well. So once you die, you can press R to restart. So now I'll go through the first pattern. So basically, how I did this is using the hypothetical equation and actually giving a delay, setting a delay between each spawning of bullets to give it like a spiral-like pattern. So this pattern is fairly simple to survive. Basically, need to stay within these narrow gaps between each string of bullets, and as you can see, if you actually stay still, you can basically do like very small movements to actually not get yourself hit, and it actually works most of the time. So despite seeing it as very complicated, you can just stay still and you won't get hit. So now I'll attempt to shrink down the boss. So when I'm designing this, I decided to make the first one fairly easy, so that people can familiarize with the controls. And now you can see the transition with the color of the bullets as well as the camera shape. Now for this second pattern, it actually requires more focus, so I use the shift button to actually focus my movements. So basically you can see that the gap between the different bullets are much more compact right now, and I have lesser space to actually move through these different bullets, and at the same time I have to align myself to actually shoot down the boss. So I'll just hold down the shooting button so that I don't waste any time here. Alright. I've also added different health amounts for the different phases, and also this current phase actually derives from a circular like pattern. So you can see that everything is actually like circle rings coming out from the boss spaceships, but since each bullet is actually different speeds, it looks like it's like fairly random, but it's actually, there's a purpose to it. I'm just gonna quickly finish this boss now. Now here's the third pattern I shown earlier. So basically the key here is to just move around and not get hit, because the drones will be constantly shooting towards you. As you can see there, once the red rings stop spinning, you gotta move and get ready to dodge the boss's bullets. So see that you actually move towards your direction. I'm just gonna quickly finish. And also the drones are actually moving in their respective directions. Their movements are actually randomized in terms of which direction they move in, how fast they do. Now I'll just like go through the difficulty of, in my opinion, the difficulty of the different patterns. So for the first pattern, I feel that it's fairly straightforward. You can actually find the safe spots pretty easily, and you can just easily finish up boss right here. I'll move on to the second pattern as soon as possible. Okay. To recap, here's the second pattern. So basically the gaps are much more tighter here. And in terms of space spots, you can actually visualize like straight lines of strings coming out from the boss. And as you can see, I can just stay in between these gaps and I most probably won't get hit by any incoming bullets. So now let's go through the code. I'll just go through the first phase. So basically the first phase, it compromises of two different scripts. Here's the phase script, which is the spawning of the bullets, and the second script is actually placed inside the bullet prefabs, and it's basically the move forward script here. So basically over here I have a fixed speed, and I turn this fixed speed boolean on in the inspector, and the update I will make it travel in a straight line. Now moving on to the phase. So here's how the phase works. There's three different phase scripts, and there's actually a boss manager which actually changes the current phase, increments, and resets it back to 0. And this is all determined by the boss health, which is affected by the player shooting. So here's phase 0. So on the enable, which is when the script is enabled, we initialize the 6 move points, which are located on the mostly on the top half of the screen. So we have an X limit and a Y limit. So this is the Y limit, this is the X limit. So we manipulate it around so that it goes to different spots. So basically how it works is that there's a boolean that checks if it has reached the spot or not. It has a timer, and it has another boolean to check if it has spawned the bullets or not. So basically as you can see here, the boss will start moving from the first position. Once it reaches that position, there's actually a range. We use vector2.lerp to actually move the spaceship between the 2 points as stated just now. And now once it's in the range of 0.5 float for x and y, because it will actually take some time to actually reach the final destination, we'll actually set the reach position to be true and increment the counter, and the counter actually basically moves to the next point for the next position. So once it's reached the position, it will start the coroutine or spiraling pattern, which is the first pattern right here. So it actually uses the hypothecite equation over here, and from that it will actually create a number of points around the circle based on the number of bullets I specify. And in this for loop, it will actually spawn the bullets from point to point. So for instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 until about 40, if I'm not wrong. And between each spawning, there's a delay time which is randomized, which gives it its spiral effect. Now, once it is spawned, it will actually move forward with the script that I've opened previously. And also there's a number of cycles which is determined in the inspector, and once it has finished spawning, we'll set the boolean of has spawned to be true, and once has spawned is true, it will move on to the next position. Now I'm just going through the boss manager. We have the current EDF, this health checker, and also let me go through the transitions. So once the boss's health reaches 0, this phase change will be called over here. There will be a camera shake animation, which actually shakes the camera, and also there will be a transition overlay with the color of the next pattern. And during that transition phase, all the bullets will be disabled, so to make space for the next transition. And that's basically it. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you'll have fun playing this game.